Hello again, a quick follow-up on the Friday ELB ride from the last video that you just saw, where we broke a bolt that held the boom in place on the ELB's Trike. So I went to a hardware store, my local big blue box store, and picked up some hardware and actually found the exact same hardware that goes in the boom that ICE uses, at least by the indicators on the head of the bolt. And I wanted to point something out. It's kind of interesting that I found out looking at the bolt and why it broke. It wasn't because of extra torque necessarily. Probably over time the bolt had been over torqued, and what happened is where the nut part of the boom holds the threads are normal, and where there is no threads, where it pulls the boom to make the clamp tighter, the bolt is actually stretched. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you look here, you'll see the threads up to about right here look pretty normal. Then you notice, and it looks like they're really coarse threaded, but this is just where the nut is in the boom clamp, and this is where it's not, and it's been stretched over time, and of course the stretching it eventually broke the bolt. This is compared to a new bolt, the same style, and you notice all the threads are the same the entire length. So we've got some new bolts, and we'll try not to over torque these. So like I said, we'll try not to over torque these. I may actually get out my actual torque wrench and make sure that the torque on the bolt is not too much, because this is one of the design issues that ICE Trikes have. Let me show you the difference between the ICE Trike and the Cat Trike. Cat Trike has developed a way to probably lower the twisting on the boom, whereas ICE hasn't done anything like that to my knowledge. Let me show you real quick on the Cat Trike and the ICE Trike the difference. So this is a Cat Trike boom, and this is their newer booms. I don't remember exactly when they started this, maybe 2010, something like that. Somebody can comment when they started this, but they have a groove that's in their boom, and on their boom clamp, which is external to the Trike, this whole clamp is removable. It's not actually welded bolts that are on the Trike frame. So they use QRs, and they use this clamp, and this clamp has a piece of metal welded in the middle here, right here, that allows for some play in the boom, but it doesn't allow the boom to actually twist. Whereas the ICE Trikes, it's just a standard boom, and the bolts, the capturing nuts are welded onto the frame, and then there's a split in the back of the frame that has to be clamped together in order to hold the boom and keep it from not only moving in and out, but from twisting. So you've got to put quite a bit of torque on there. So I'll be looking it up on the ICE website to see what the torque specification is supposed to be, and see if I can get my torque wrench out and put it to that specification, because probably over time the bolts got stretched. Obviously you saw that. You also have to remember that this Vortex 2, this particular Trike, I bought from a guy when I bought my Red Quest, the Velomobile that was named the Flaming Eyeball 2.0. And this particular Trike, Vortex 2, had been completely submerged in the floodwaters of Hurricane, I think it was Ian. I'd have to go back and look exactly which hurricane it was, but he lives right on the coast in North Carolina, and this Trike was completely underwater, completely submerged. So I may have to go through and look at some of the other hardware on there to make sure that it's not rusted. I did that once over when I first got it, but I may have to actually take them all out and see if they're rusted on the inside. So I just want to give you a quick update. I'll be replacing the bolts in the ELB's Trike there, and she shouldn't have any more issues with her boom, hopefully. All right, until next time, cheers.